when we're multiplying polynomials, here we're going to do just a monomial by a monomial, so one term by one term. The way it works is we're going to multiply coefficient by coefficient. So that means the 3 is the coefficient here and the 2 is the coefficient in the second one. 3 times 2 is 6. And then we'll multiply the variables together. So x times x. And you have to know, yeah, it is x squared. You have to know the rules for exponents. When you're multiplying, you add the powers. So it's x to the power of 1 times x to the power of 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. That's why it's an x squared. So for the second one, same thing. 2 times negative 5, what's that?
Wait, what is that?
2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And then because these are both x's, you just add the exponents. So this becomes x to the power of 6. 2 plus 4. And the last one here, 4 times 6 is 24. We're doing x and x, so that's x squared. And a y squared and y cubed, when you multiply those, y to the power of 5. This is a monomial multiplied by a binomial. So one term multiplied by 2 terms. And when you have that, you have to use something called the distributive property. Have you heard of that before? You have to distribute the monomial through the binomial, which means we're going to go 3x times x and 3x times negative 2. So 3x times x, 3 times 1 is 3, x times x is x squared. Then 3x times negative 2, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And it's x times, well, there's no other x there, so it just stays as an x. So that becomes 3x squared minus 6x. And you did them like this on that other sheet with drawing out the tiles. You would have had for that one like 3x, 1, 2, 3x, and then an x minus 2. There's the 3x squared. And here's the negative 6x, negative x, negative x, negative x. If you were to draw it out, there they are. And if you look at that little diagram, you can kind of see how this works. You're taking these 3x across the top and multiplying them by x. That's where you get 3x squared. Then you take the 3x and multiply it by the negative 2, and that's where you get all that negative 6. How about number 2? Let's look at that. So we're going to do negative 5xy times 2x squared to start with. That's going to give us negative 10, because negative 5 times 2. What should the power on the x be? 3, because it's 1 here plus 2. And then the y is just going to remain as a y. And then we'll do the other one, negative 5xy times 3y. So that comes to negative 15x and y squared. 8x squared minus 16x plus 4. This is the part that I think you may not have done before. A binomial multiplied by a binomial. But maybe some of you did. Here's how this one's going to work. We're going to do 2x times x, which is 2x squared. And then we'll do 2x times 3, which is plus 6x. So the first term in the first bracket multiplied by the second, each term in the second bracket. And then do the same with the second term. So we're going to do negative 1 times x, which is negative x, and negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3. So a binomial by a binomial actually gives you 4 multiplications that you need to do. So it's the first term multiplied by everything in the second bracket, and then the second term multiplied by everything in the second bracket. And for this, that when it's a binomial by a binomial, that works out to 4 terms you should end up with. But then we need to simplify this by combining like terms. 2x squared. But just like in the ones you did with the tiles, those x's combine and cancel each other out. 6x and a negative x together makes 5x minus 3. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Same process in the second one. Take the first term and multiply it by everything in the second bracket. So we're going to go 2a times 4a. How much is that? 8a squared. And then 2a times 5b. Oh, do you know what that is? 10. So plus 10. ab. Good. Yeah. Then we'll do the same thing with the 3b. Multiply it by everything in the second bracket. So we'll do 3b times 4a. What's that? 3 times 4 is 12. ab. And then 3b times 5b. 15b squared. Those 2 terms in the middle again are like terms. 10ab and 12ab. So when I combine them, I get 8a squared plus 22ab plus 15b squared. 3x minus 2y multiplied by y squared plus y minus 8. I'm just going to start, we'll do it one step at a time. Take that 3x and multiply it by each term in the second bracket. So 3x times y squared is 3xy squared. Then we'll do 3x times y, which is 3xy. 3x times negative 8 is negative 24x. I'm running out of space. Then I need to do the negative 2y times everything in the second bracket. So this will be negative 2y cubed minus 2y squared, and then negative 2y times negative 8 is going to be plus 16y. Are there any like terms there? I feel like there's not. So then that's the answer.